Welcome guys, welcome to Edu Home Tax once again. So today we have again come up with an interesting topic, National Pension Scheme. The scheme was brought by the central government so that people can do their retirement planning well in advance. It's an important scheme also because we know that at the time of retirement people need some source of revenue to continue their livelihood, and it's just a medium provided by the government. National Pension Scheme is available initially for the government employees, but later on, considering its importance, it was extended to all sectors and including the private sectors. Okay. Now in this video we will see what is a NPS, what is National Pension Scheme, what are its key factors, key characteristics. We will see how do we withdraw money from the NPS, what is the taxation benefit of the NPS, what are the withdrawal restrictions in NPS, and other important things. So keep tuned till the end. Thank you. Now what is NPS? So NPS was National Pension Scheme was brought by the central government. It is a government sponsored pension scheme which was launched in 2004 for the government employees. But इसको important और इसका इम्पोर्टेंस देखते हुए इसको एक्सटेंड कर दिया गया टू ऑल द एम्प्लॉयज इन 2009. Okay, now who can subscribe to NPS? People of the age group 80 to 70 years can go for the NPS scheme. Even a non-resident Indian can also go for it. When we subscribe to the scheme, we get a PRAN number, which is permanent retirement account number. How do we open this account? We can open this account with POP. POP is a point of presence. Nowadays, most of the public and private sector banks are POPs. Most of the financial institutions are POPs. So you can visit to their branch or you can do NPS subscription online also. There are two types of account which is available in NPS. One is the default account which everybody gets, that is tier 1 account, and tier 2 is an optional account which you can also open with NPS. Now as we all know that there is a regulatory body for every scheme. Like for banks we have Reserve Bank of India. Similarly we have PFRDA, which is Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, which regulate this scheme. Now let us see some important key features of the NPS. Other key points. Number one is PFM, which is Poor Pension Fund Manager. So when you go to subscribe for an NPS scheme, you have to decide, like when we open a bank account, we have to decide whether we go to ICICI, whether we have to go to Kotak. Similarly, you have to decide the fund manager. Like two examples is given: Birla Sun Life Pension Management Limited, HDFC Pension Management Limited. There are total around 8 to 9, I guess. So you have to choose from them. Second is investment option. You have to decide whether you have to go with the auto scheme, whether you have to go with the active scheme. In the auto scheme, for people who don't want to bother about where their money is invested, they simply put the money and forget about it. That is auto. And when it is active, when people actually wants that their securities, that their money should be invested in debt securities, their money should be invested in equity, their money should be invested in government. So when you want to decide this, you have to go with the active. In active, there are 4 classes available. You have to choose among them your 100% portfolio. Asset class क्या है? 4 let us see. Number 1, asset class E, equity. Asset class C, debentures. Asset class G, government securities. And asset class A, alternate investment fund like REIT. Now you can choose among these and make your portfolio in the asset class. Okay, now there are few restrictions. Like for equity, you can choose only 70%. अगर आप 100 रुपए invest कर रहे हो, so 70 rupees maximum you can invest in equity, and the balance 30 you have to decide among the 3. In alternate investment fund, the maximum investment could be 5%. Okay, now when you reach an age of 50 years, there is a restriction. When you reach the age of 51, your equity percentage is reduced by 2.5. For example, if you reach 51 years, so the maximum the amount you can put in equity is 72.5%, and so on. Okay, now let's see the minimum contribution thing. So 2 account, as I have said, you can open. One is tier 1, one is tier 2. Tier 2 is an optional account. Okay, now in tier 1 account, at the time of registration you have to pay rupees 500. For tier 2, at the time of registration you have to pay 1000, and thereafter every year minimum 1 contribution you have to make. Okay, now the amount per contribution, जब आप पहला contribution करेंगे तो minimum 500 रुपया होना जरूरी है, 500, and minimum per contribution for tier 2 account is 2 rupees 250, and you have to make at least 1 contribution each financial year. and minimum contribution per financial year is 1000 for tier 1. Tier 2 there is no minimum annual contribution. I hope this is clear. Now let's talk about the withdrawals. So we will divide the discussion into two parts: partial withdrawal, full withdrawal. Let's talk about the full withdrawal. Now suppose you reach the age of superannuation. 60 years is considered as the age of superannuation. और अगर आप 60 के बाद स्कीम चालू करते हैं, क्योंकि 70 साल तक आप ये स्कीम में जा सकते हैं, सो अगर आप 60 के बाद करते हैं तो 75 is the superannuation age for that. Okay, so suppose you attain the age of 60 years. At that time you have two things you have to consider. Number one, 60% you can withdraw. So आपका टोटल फंड का 60% पैसा you can withdraw and that is tax exempt, उस पे टैक्स नहीं लगेगा. Sir, what about that balance 40%? For that balance 40% you have to purchase annuity plans. When you purchase an annuity plan, आपको फिर हर मंथ पेंशन आएगा आपके घर में, उसी को बोलते हैं annuity plans. तो 40% annuity plan ले लो, 60% पैसा विड्रॉ कर लो. बट एक इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है यहाँ पे, जब आप 60 ईयर्स कंप्लीट आपने किया तो आपके फंड में टोटल बैलेंस 5 लाख रुपया था या उससे कम था. सो इफ द टोटल फंड इज 5 लाख और लेस, यू कैन विड्रॉ इंटायर अमाउंट. You can withdraw entire amount up to 5 lakh. Correct. 5 लाख के अगर ऊपर होता है then you have to go 40-60 ratio. Okay. Now talking about the taxability of 40%, when you take 40% annuity plan, the amount or the income which you receive from the annuity plan is taxable. 60% is exempt, but 40% the income which you receive is taxable. Okay. At the age of 60 यू कैन फर्दर डिसाइड टू कंटिन्यू. आप चाहें तो उसको एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं, 70 साल तक आप उस स्कीम में रह सकते हैं. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट वन, प्री मैच्योर एग्जिट. इट मे सो हैपन दैट यू वांट टू विड्रॉ द फंड बिफोर अटेनिंग द एज ऑफ 60. उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं प्री मैच्योर एग्जिट. सो कैन यू डू प्री मैच्योर एग्जिट? यस, बट यू हैव टू हैव एटलीस्ट 10 years ऑफ एनपीएस अकाउंट. 10 साल आपको एनपीएस अकाउंट पे रहना होगा, देन यू कैन डू प्री मैच्योर एग्जिट. एंड व्हेन यू डू प्री मैच्योर एग्जिट, 80% you have to purchase annuity and 20% you can withdraw and both are taxable. So 20% आप withdraw कर लो, 80% आपको उसी में annuity plan खरीदना होगा. Again interesting point, at the time of premature exit अगर total पैसा 2.5 lakh है, if it is up to 2.5 lakhs you can withdraw full amount and that is taxable. आप पूरा amount निकाल सकते हैं, annuity you don't have to purchase. तीसरा, अपॉन डेथ. सो इफ यू डाई, देयर लीगल हेयर और नॉमिनी विल रिसीव द फंड. सो इफ यू रिसीव्स बिफोर अटेनिंग द एज ऑफ 60, यू डाई एंड योर नॉमिनी रिसीव्स द फंड. 40-60 रेशियो you have to maintain. 40% annuity, 60% tax exempt, full withdrawal. But again one interesting point, अगर टोटल फंड 5 लाख से कम है, अप टू 5 लाख, फुल withdrawal is allowed. पूरा 5 लाख विड्रॉ करने मिल जाएगा. मूविंग नेक्स्ट, पार्शियल विड्रॉल. नाउ वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट फुल विड्रॉल. यू वांट टू विड्रॉ पार्शियली, ओनली यू कैन विड्रॉ फॉर 4 रीजंस. क्या? हायर एजुकेशन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन, बाइंग अ हाउस प्रॉपर्टी, मैरिज ऑफ चिल्ड्रन और ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ इलनेस. in four of these cases you can partially withdraw the fund. Partially withdraw, when you partially withdraw, there is a condition that you have to be in your NPS account for 3 years. आपको एटलीस्ट 3 साल तक तो एनपीएस में अकाउंट में रहना होगा, तभी आप पार्शियल विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. और आप अपने पूरे एनपीएस के विड्रॉवल सर्कल में, मतलब पूरे एनपीएस के सर्कल में 3 बार पार्शियल विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. ओके, एंड ईच टाइम आप मैक्सिमम 25% ऑफ द फंड विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो 3 साल जब अकाउंट हो जाए उसके बाद पार्शियल विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, मैक्सिमम 3 बार कर सकते हैं और 25% ऑफ द फंड विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं फॉर दिस रीजन. I hope this is clear. Moving next. Now let's talk about the tax benefit of NPS. Now one thing, say suppose you have not used your 80C benefit. I assume कि आपने अपने 80C benefit को कहीं और यूज नहीं किया है. अगर नहीं किया है तो 80CCD1 में आप 1.5 लाख रुपए तक का एग्जेम्पशन ले सकते हैं. सो 1.5 लाख 80CCD1, अज्यूमिंग कि आपने 80C नहीं लिया. अगर आपने 80C ले लिया है तो आपको 80CCD1 नहीं मिलेगा. अगर आपने 80C में 1 लाख रुपए लिया है तो 50,000 आपको 80CCD1 में मिल जाएगा. ओके, नाउ 80CCD1 क्या बोलता है कि अगर एक एम्प्लॉय अमाउंट डिपॉजिट करता है एनपीएस में then he will get a benefit of up to 1.5 lakh. बट आप कितना, लिमिट क्या है उसका, आप अपने सैलरी का 10% का ही आपको डिडक्शन मिलेगा. अगर आपका सैलरी जो है, सैलरी इंक्लूड बेसिक प्लस डीए डीएनएस अलाउंस, सो अप टू 10% का डिडक्शन मिलेगा. और अगर आप सैलरीड आदमी नहीं है, आप बिजनेस करते हैं, तो आपके ग्रॉस टोटल इनकम का 20% तक का आपको डिडक्शन मिल जाएगा और मैक्सिमम 1.5 लाख. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. अब आता है एडिशनल बेनिफिट ऑफ एनपीएस. एडिशनल बेनिफिट इज 80 CCD 1B. In 80 CCD 1B, an additional amount of 50,000 deduction you get. 1.5 लाख के अलावा भी आपको 50,000 और मिलता है. सो मैक्सिमम 2 लाख का डिडक्शन यू गेट फॉर एनपीएस. नाउ देयर इज एन इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट हियर. व्हाट वी ऑल नो कि नाउ रिसेंटली अ न्यू टैक्स स्लैब हैज कम. Individual can choose to go with the old slab and new slab as well. When we go with the new slab, we have to forego all our deduction. हमारा HRA, ATC, we have to forego. तभी जाके हम न्यू टैक्स स्लैब में जाते हैं. बट 80 CCD 1B 50,000 बेनिफिट इज अवेलेबल इन बोथ द रेजीम. आपको ओल्ड रेजीम और न्यू रेजीम दोनों में ही 50,000 यू विल गेट एडिशनल. Third point, now we all know that sometimes our employer also contribute in NPS on behalf of their employees. Now what happens to that? That is taxable as perquisite in our hand, but we get a benefit, we get a deduction from that. What is the deduction? अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का एम्प्लॉयज है तो 14% ऑफ द सैलरी इज द डिडक्शन विच वी गेट. अगर अदर एम्प्लॉयर है तो 10% ऑफ द सैलरी वी गेट एज अ डिडक्शन. दिस इज एम्प्लॉयर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, जब हमारा एम्प्लॉयर हमारे बिहाफ में कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट करता है 80 CCD 2. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. So here we conclude this interesting topic of national pension scheme. It is very important at this time because at the time of retirement people do need some source of revenue to continue their livelihood. So people who are want to have a good retirement planning and who do not want to take much risk, then NPS scheme is the one for them. And those who believe no, they want to take risk, they want to earn more, then definitely mutual fund is the better option. So if you have any doubt and if you have any contrary views, then please do write in the comment box and we will discuss. Thank you.